listening to the Cameras and Confidence podcast with me, your host, Paige Ewing, photographer and online educator. Together, we will explore the basics of using our cameras, but also how to turn visual storytelling into profitable social selling just with your mobile phone. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur, wife, and mom of two, and I'm going to deliver you my very best photography advice with a dose of inspiration, real-life humor, and motivational pep talks on ways to show up confidently in your life and in your career. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get started. And we're back. We're back together again for the third episode. This one is a how-to episode. I'm going to teach you how to take a beautiful portrait on your cell phone. I'm an iPhone user. Maybe you're Samsung, Android, Google Pix. What I'm going to teach you is specifically for iPhone. However, you can still do some of these tricks, just not verbatim. I won't use the same verbiage and it won't be the exact steps, but I'm encouraging you still get your phone out, find the settings and the mode on your specific phone and play around with that. My iPhone is an iPhone 11 Pro. And so a lot of these tricks and tips are applicable to a lot of iPhones XR and above. Right now, while this episode is being recorded, the latest model for iPhone is the 12 plus. Maybe they have a 12 Pro, but I'm hanging out in the 11 zone right now. And the reason why I want to teach you how to take a beautiful portrait on your phone is because you may need to take a portrait that needs to be uploaded to your social media account. Right now, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. A lot of people aren't comfortable going out and hiring a photographer. A lot of photographers may not be comfortable going and taking portraits. Depends on what region you're in. I'm in Georgia. In Georgia, we're a little bit more lax than some of the other regions in our country, but you still need to have access to snap a quick headshot. Maybe you've hit a certain goal within your company. Maybe you are speaking on a virtual conference and they need your picture. Maybe you just need a really great photo to upload for your Facebook profile. Here's how to do it on your iPhone. A lot of these how-to episodes, I'm going to keep them short and sweet. And the best way to experience them is on YouTube. So if you're already here watching on YouTube, great. No need to switch. If you are on podcast and you're just listening in your ears, I still want you to pick up your phone, play around with it. But if you need a visual, you can head over and see this exact episode on YouTube and look at my phone. I'm going to screen record my phone as I'm teaching this, and it will be uploaded on the YouTube site. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. If you have your phone in your hand and you're able to look at it and you're not driving or you're not holding kids and shuffling around with your hands full, I want you to grab your phone and I want you to open it up to the camera setting. Again, this lesson is how to take a portrait and the components of what iPhone offers in the portrait setting. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record, screen record on my phone. So on YouTube, I can upload this. All right, awesome. We are screen recording. You get to see all of how I organize my apps on my phone, which is kind of chaotic. So don't take notes from me. All right, I want you to open up your camera. In your iPhone, I'm going to turn it on selfie mode. I think that's the best way to learn is hit that reverse camera, turn it on selfie mode so you can really see what's going on behind you and not really the clutter that is in front of you in your phone. Okay, so in your camera on selfie mode, the very first default is going to say photo. I want you to swipe over to where it says portrait. And most cameras on iPhone 7 and up, they have the portrait setting. It makes the background blurry. This is the easiest way to understand this. A portrait on your iPhone is going to make the background a little bit blurrier. Now, to really make it step up a notch and look like a professional image taken on a DSLR camera, you want to mess with the F stop. F is in Frank, F is in fun, F is in funky, right? F is in other words that we aren't allowed to say that are 4 letters that I would spank my children if I heard them say it. F dash stop. What is the F stop? The F stop is the aperture on a camera, on a lens, not the actual camera, but on a lens, there is an aperture, and it's the blades inside of the lens that open and close. You can change that And the lower the number, like if you can get down to a 1.4, 2.8, the blurrier the background is going to be. Our iPhones have that capability. So if you're looking at your phone right now, and if you have the XR and up, 11, 12, but yeah, XR, and then you have the 10, 11, 12. There's an F at the top right corner. I want you to tap the F at the top right corner, and you'll see a scroll come up at the bottom. That is the dial that's going to allow us to change the f-stop. So mine automatically comes up on a 4.5. What I'm going to do is scroll down. I want to go to the left, and it goes all the way to a 1.4. When it does that, you'll notice the background is a lot blurrier. You may even notice that some of your hair, or even farther back, maybe your earrings, are out of focus. That's because the lower that number is, there's a smaller focal plane, meaning whatever is level in front of your face is what's going to be in focus. And the further back in the dimension, the further back in the planes, not like airplanes, but like, measuring geometric planes, it's going to be out of focus, less in focus. So I want you to go all the way to the right, scroll all the way to the right, up to an F16. Look how much everything is in focus behind us, because the higher the f-stop, the higher the aperture, the more in focus things behind us are going to be. Now, in a DSLR camera, you're going to also affect the amount of light that is let in. iPhone doesn't do that. iPhone is really just messing with the blurriness of it. So my favorite way to take a bomb portrait is go to portrait mode, go to f1.4, even like 2.8, but I like to really go low, and take a few selfies. So while you're doing it, if you can, take a few selfies. My trick is hold it up a little bit above eye level. I'm gonna smile. Awesome. Go back and review that picture. Ooh, look how blurry the background is. And I'm actually looking at my face in the screen instead of at the camera. That's a no-no. So look at the actual lens. All right, I'm going to stop recording on my phone. So on YouTube, we're back to just me talking. If you have a Samsung, the older versions of the Samsung call this live focus, but the newer versions have upgraded it to portrait. So either look for live focus or portrait, and instead of changing the f-stop, it'll actually say blur. I think that's what it is, blur, and you can blur the background. Google Pics, as far as I can remember, the last time I looked it up, Google Pics already has a built-in f2.8 in their pictures, which is phenomenal, freaking amazing, excuse my verbiage, but they already have a low f-stop, which is going to give you a beautiful portrait. So you can go into edit, I believe, and then blur it a little bit more. So my final trick that I'm going to teach you about this portrait mode, I'm going to go back to screen recording again, is after you've taken the picture, screen record, if somebody next to you was a little bit behind you and they were off and they were a little bit blurry, you can bring them back into focus. Here's how. Pull up the picture that you just took, or find a picture in your phone that was made on portrait. It has to say portrait. When you're viewing that picture just in your camera roll, I want you to click edit. Somebody's mowing the grass behind me. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but hang tight. Can't predict what's going on outside, right? But we can control what's going on in here, just like our mindset. So in edit, at the top left, you're going to see the f-stop again. Tap where it says F, mine says 1.4 because I took it at 1.4, and I can change it. The scroll comes up at the bottom again, and I can go all the way to 16 or wherever I need to go. I don't like going to 16 because I'm not trying to show the background, but find the f-stop that's perfect for you, that you love, and then just hit done and save, and then there you go. And you can always go back and change it. So that's a fun way to step up your portraits of anything that you're taking. It doesn't have to be selfie. It can be your kids. It can be a flower. It can be your nails. It can be your earrings that you're showing off. It can be, maybe your husband who hates to have his picture taken, just like mine does. I have to hide and be sneaky and take candid shots when he's not looking, but I still love to use portrait mode. If you have any questions about that, feel free to Find me on Instagram, DM me, ask me some more questions. If maybe your phone doesn't have it, I'll be happy to guide you what version does. But, everything is Googleable. Everything is figure outable. I don't have to be your source of all information, but I do like talking about it. And if you like to hang out with me, then keep coming back every week for more conversations, every month for at least one how-to and how to take better pictures on your phone and your DSLR. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, it's Paige, your host of Cameras and Confidence. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you want to stay plugged in every time a new episode drops on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Also, like and share this video with your friends and family. I appreciate it so much. You have a phenomenal week, and I'll see you next time.